Tinubu and his people created a militia. Who said those words?
Tinubu and his people never created the militia.
So why did you say they did on January 22nd, 2023?
I never said that.
A candidate of all progressive conference as Bola Tinubu and his people created a militia. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria where we see a political party creating a militant arm leading to election.
Yesterday you said the man was corrupt, said he was weak, said he messed us up. You shouted loud on every TV screen, said Nigeria deserves a better king. You
in trying to remove
you raised
Jonathan,
your fist, said the mandate was stolen, you couldn't resist. You
there
spoke
were
like a lion, bold and loud. Now you whispered the opposite before the crowd.
stateless that were from the Sahel region that were imported into Nigeria, and a former chairman of PDP made that statement.
To the gate of Asorak, suddenly the tune changed on the clock. The same man you said would never change, now you praise him like he's heaven sent. You used to sing the people's song, now you dance where the big men belong. Yesterday you spoke for the land, today you clap for the rulers.
You said it was so corrupt you couldn't eat food for 3 days.
I never said that. Where?
These hungry charlatans know the truth. They know the man they are trying to defend is indefensible. So they lie, they deny, we know them all. Rino, Mokri and others, they twist the story just to cover the shame. But the insecurity in the land is louder than their speeches. The hunger in the streets is louder than their propaganda. The pain of the people sticks louder than their empty rhetoric. Nigerians can see through the cover-up. They hear beyond the loud threats. You cannot deceive them anymore. Two mouths, talking left, talking right. Yesterday you fought the power, today you join the fight. Two mouths, we the people understand. Yesterday you said it's stolen, today you say we must stand.
All right, good evening everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. This is Monday, the 27th day of April 2026. You know, right from that day that Dinebwanda, who is working under Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a personal assistant, went to London for an interview. You know, that day I knew that this is a setup, that they just want to force some things out of Dinebwanda's mouth. You know, that day he was confessing that Tinubu, and they played the video of him saying that Tinubu and his people form this Fulani militia that you are seeing in Nigeria. So he was trying to deny it. You know, he was at the worst stage. So he cannot just admit what he said before. Now, we analyzed this statement from Dinebwanda before, and we said, yes, what Dinebwanda said is nothing but the truth. So Dinebwanda said just the truth, hit the nail at the head before, and he was trying to defend it again because he is now working under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but this is indefensible. You can't defend something like this. So a lot of things transpired, and you know, apart from the issue of Bundian Van saying Tinubu don't have work, Tinubu is this, Tinubu is corrupt, Tinubu is a drug lord. You know, the issue of creating militia is another issue entirely. So when Dinebwanda made the statement that Tinubu was funding Fulani militia, Tinubu created Fulani militia, maybe he did not understand that tomorrow he could be employed by Tinubu any longer. Now, you know why I started telling you people all these things in this video? Because when foreigners made a statement, if foreigners are talking in Nigeria, if foreigners are trying to put mouth in the affairs in Nigeria, Nigerians react differently to what the foreigners are saying. Nigerians will start dragging the foreigners. What are they saying? Oh, you are an American, you are this, you are that. But no, calm down. Let's look within ourselves. Is there anything Mike Arnold said in that his presentation that many people in Nigeria have not revealed to us? Talk about the issue of insecurity, issue of government complicity. Talk about, To mention but few, everything Mike Arnold presented there, Nigerians, people, major generals, defense intelligence people, they told Nigerians everything. So why is it that people react differently to what Mike Arnold said and differently from what their generals are telling them? Major generals, head of defense intelligence, they told us that the government are complicit to this matter. Well, I don't know, because maybe they feel that when foreigners are presenting this thing, it will become more and more indictment to them. Maybe they could face an arrest, or the administration could be, distorted and they could be stopped. Anyway, in today's video, I just want us to analyze Mike Arnold's presentation. In the presentation of Mike Arnold, he made some key point that's supposed to be the talk of the day, or talk of the week, or talk of the month in the Nigerian internet space. But we focus on things that doesn't matter. He talked about the issue of sponsoring of terrorism in Nigeria. I don't think people are supposed to keep quiet about that. He talks about the issue of, complicity in genocide. Complicity in terrorism and genocide, they are related, but they are two different things entirely. So he talks about the civil war that happened in Nigeria before. He also talked about the unjust detention of Nnamdi Kanu. He talks about so many things. So we have guests today. So if you also wish to be one of our guests, you can join us live through the link on the comment section. But for now, please let us pay attention to listen again. I know you must have seen this video. Listen again the presentation of Mike Arnold, because this is what we are going to analyze today. This is what I want us to talk today. So as people start joining us, let us listen to this presentation. I'll be right back.
Working with the Nigerian government to end the genocide is like working with the Third Reich to end the Holocaust. They smile and spin as they wait for Trump to leave office. Since CPC designation, killing and impunity have only gotten worse. Sanctions will not work. Visa bans will not work. They're ideologues, and they'll just pivot east. Intentional denial of recognition and aid to displaced people. Intentional denial of recognition and aid in this circumstance meets the legal standard of genocide. This is provable. Indict the Tinubu administration. Arrest them. They're guilty of genocide. And it's provable. Conduct a valid census and evidentiary briefing of the displaced. They are our witnesses to genocide and they need help. Investigate the Sultan of Sokoto as a terror sponsor. Circumstantial evidence demands it. We know where the militant camps are. Wipe them out. Bring the enablers to justice. Demand the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and other prisoners of conscience. Offer asylum protection to them and others threatened by this regime. Ensure a free election in 2027. It could be done for the cost of a Tomahawk missile volley. Tinubu was declared the winner with less than 9 million votes in a nation of 230 million. A free election changes everything. Let the people vote on a new constitution and self-determination. Like so many other British colonial contraptions designed to fail, separation is likely inevitable, and it is just. The time is now. Nigeria is at a crossroads. It will become either a peaceful, prosperous ally or a massive launchpad for global jihad. There is no going back to the status quo. If the world turns away after this unprecedented scrutiny, the backlash will be bloody and absolute. The window is closing. We must call this what it is and intervene now, or the current genocide will grow and draw more innocent blood, not just there, but here in the United States. Thank you so much. Everything I'm about to say is factual, so I have 19 pages of references. If anybody wants to question anything I say, it's right here, because some of it might be shocking. Nigeria, the 6th largest nation on earth, on track to be the 3rd largest by 2050. Top 5 OPEC, $1 trillion in minerals, a cultural powerhouse. Nigerians are among the most educated and wealthy in the United States, and they do it with integrity, sharing the values that made America great. Last year, General Michael Langley, AFRICOM, declared the region anchored by northern Nigeria as the epicenter of global terror. ISIS, Al-Qaeda, others call it home. Their stated ambition, full Sharia across Nigeria, and then a global jihad launch pad. The recent Old Dominion shooter was radicalized in Nigeria. Two scenarios. America's greatest African ally, innovative, peaceful, and prosperous, or the greatest security threat of the next generation, a Sharia exporting giant. A little bit of history. In 1804, Usman Dan Fodio waged a jihad and founded the Sokoto Caliphate, Africa's largest pre-colonial empire. Beheading, raping, destruction, displacement, 2 million slaves at its peak. This caliphate has never ended. That's North Nigeria. The British found two worlds, brutal Sharia North and vibrant, friendly South. They kept the caliphate intact as enforcers, indirect rule they called it, then merged the two in 1914. The South declared independence in 1967, Biafra. The civil war that followed, the British backed the North, which blockaded the South, shot down Red Cross planes. Up to 3 million, mostly children, starved to death. The South fell in 1970. Since then, power has stayed in the North by design, the caliphate. The current constitution, imposed by Northern military dictator, mentions Sharia in Islamic terms 165 times. Christianity, 0. At least 9 billion a year in blood minerals are looted mainly by China, paying jihadis and corrupting military and political officials. There was President Goodluck Jonathan in his living room that leaned in and informed me about that. I know a lot of people there. I've been there a lot. Most of this is firsthand. Some key people that have been involved in this. Barack Obama unleashed the current genocide. In 2010, my first trip, Nigeria had an accidental Christian president, Goodluck Jonathan. Booming economy, only nation on earth where radical Islam was being pushed back. No slaughter, hardly any displaced people, just from random stuff. A northern warlord challenged Muhammadu Buhari, publicly called for Sharia law across Nigeria and globally. Boko Haram chose him to mediate with the government. Tinubu helped get him in office, the current president. David Axelrod was his campaign advisor. Obama blocked U.S. counterterrorism support to Jonathan, blocked other nations from helping. Jihadists flooded in from North Africa, villages massacred, millions displaced, raped, enslaved, kidnapped, churches burned. Buhari ran on ending the insecurity. It only got worse. Another person, the Sultan of Sokoto. He's like Pope and King to 108 million Muslims. Dan Fodio's 20th generation successor. He was a Nigerian general deployed to Pakistan and Afghanistan during the War on Terror, when we captured Nigerian fighters alongside Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. He returned and assumed the throne in 2006, and international terror tactics and organizations appeared soon after. He has never decreed an end to the killing or mineral looting in his domain, but he's called social media a terror organization. In 2025, he publicly supported the push for Sharia in traditionally Christian southern states. President Bola Tinubu, if that's his real name. In 1993, he forfeited $460,000 to a federal court in Chicago and fled the United States. That was proceeds from a heroin trafficking ring, which, by the way, heroin funds 37% of jihad around the world. He has appointed a man to rewrite the national curriculum whose defining credential is the book, The Islamization of Knowledge, which explicitly calls for intellectual jihad to oust Western education from nursery schools up to universities. This is academic Boko Haram by definition. And this is the guy that Tinubu put in charge of the curriculum of 50 million African Nigerian children. His new defense chief called the terrorists prodigal sons who deserve rehabilitation. That's the defense chief. NSA Nuhu Rabadu personally called me on October 5th to be Nigeria's Jane Fonda. It is documented he armed Miyadi Allah, the Fulani militia chaired by the Sultan and named in HR 7457 for potential FEO organization. He has publicly called the terrorists brothers. Mossad Bulus, Trump's senior advisor for Africa and the Middle East, holds multiple citizenships, including Nigerian, lived in Lagos for decades. He parrots verbatim talking points of terror-linked northern imams. He is CEO of his family company, which currently profits from multi-billion-dollar no-bid contracts issued by the Tinubu administration, issued to his business partner. He sells the heavy equipment to build the no-bid $13 billion in projects. This is Trump's senior advisor. He's also Tiffany Trump's father-in-law. Examples of ongoing failures and impunity. Ngoshe, Borno State, wiped out in the Gwoza massacre of 2014. The government recently assured refugees in Cameroon it was safe for them to return, paid them to return. Within weeks, on March 3rd, Boko Haram slaughtered dozens, more than 300 abducted into slavery, including the wife and daughter of a friend of mine. The military was largely AWOL. The attacks continue there. Deborah Samuel Yakubu, 2022, college student. After finals, she posted on WhatsApp, "Jesus is the greatest. He helped me pass my exams." The next day on campus, as professors and police watched, she was beaten, stoned, tires heaped on her, and burned alive, while students filmed selfies in front of the flames celebrating. The deputy imam of the National Mosque, who performed President Buhari's daughter's wedding, publicly justified the killing within 24 hours on his own Twitter account. No one was punished. Nnamdi Kanu, British Nigerian broadcaster from London, illegally abducted from Kenya, tried under a defunct law, now serving life in Sokoto prison for words spoken in Great Britain. Meanwhile, the northern imam just recently offered a 1 million naira bounty for the head of a pastor, then doubled it to taunt his critics. No charges, no condemnation from officials. I've been corresponding with the guy. He helped him get to a safe house, but he and his family are in danger and they need help. The Nigerian government goes to great expense to rehabilitate the killers, while millions of innocent displaced victims are denied, neglected, and dying. The narrative war. The farmer herder and climate change framing started in the Obama State Department. The original reference document was written by a career Sharia propagandist hired by George Soros. At least $10 million confirmed U.S. lobbying contracts are now running. Former Trump administration officials, Nigerian government lobbyists, northern imams, foreign agents, conflicted advisors, and now even Russian state.
All right. So the presentation continues, but for the purpose of this broadcast, we have to stop there. Okay, we have to stop there and focus on another thing. So before we start, opening the platform for the guests to share what they think about this, just pay attention to this news. You can go and Google it and understand what actually transpired. Nigerian army begs Boko Haram, ISWAP, terrorists for reconciliation. Nigerian army begs Boko Haram, ISWAP for reconciliation. And when you go and Google it, you will understand that what you are seeing today, that they used to tell you that, it is important we do all this rehabilitation, repentant terrorists. No. Nigerian government, the Nigerian military actually begged the Boko Haram for them to start surrendering. This happened under Muhammadu Buhari's administration. They actually begged Boko Haram to start, coming. If they capture you, they will tell you have to repent, you have to do this, no need for you to die. You know where I'm going? Pay attention, please. I want to let you know that the Buhari and Tinubu's administration are supporting coup. They are supporting coup d'etat. I saw that they are trying court-martialing some military officers who were accused of organizing coup against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But do they actually know the mission of Boko Haram that they are rehabilitating? For those of you who don't know, Boko Haram's primary mission is to overthrow the Nigerian government, abolish secular institutions, and establish a strict Islamic state governed by Sharia law. People don't understand this. I mean, Boko Haram's primary mission is to overthrow the Nigerian government. Is that not a coup? Wake up, guys. You people should wake up now. Their primary mission is to overthrow the Nigerian government and abolish secular institution, abolish your law, your fake law, and establish a strict Islamic state governed by Sharia law. Do you understand this? No. Do you really understand what I'm talking about? So, if people who are directly, doing coup, this is directly a coup. This is a coup. If people who are doing coup could be just forgiven and put into the society. You should understand that there are some coups that they are not against. Like, I mean, the Nigerian government are not against some kind of coup. That is the coup that is going to enthrone, what is it called? The coup that is going to enthrone Sharia. They are not against the coup that is going to enthrone Sharia. They are only against the military coup that is going to just maybe bring some other things. They are not against any coup that is going to enthrone Sharia. So for them to beg Boko Haram, beg ISWAP for reconciliation, it means that they are directly sponsoring coup. I just tell you the primary mission of Boko Haram, that is to overthrow Nigerian government and establish an Islamic state governed by Sharia law. So, someone whose mission is to overthrow the Nigerian government, not that as if they stop, not that they capture their head, all of them will come together and say, okay, we are stopping. They will not give them amnesty. They will now reintegrate them. I mean, they are still fighting to take over, to install Sharia, to do all those things. But you know what? Nigeria government keep on rehabilitating them. Nigeria government keep on rehabilitating them, doing all sort of things. And that is why so many people are fed up. That is why so many people are fed up. You are begging Boko Haram, ISWAP, for reconciliation. You know, if I see so many people who believe that this fight against terrorism in Nigeria, maybe one day we could win the war, you are joking. You are actually joking. Anyway, when it comes to fighting this terror, it's not military, it's not the police. I've said this countless times. The only people who can resist them is you and me. Carry your gun, carry your sophisticated weapon. You know, go for training. Any kind of training you want to go, have vigilante training or go to training, and you people must be many. Like, I'm happy that people in Plateau State are just doing this. I saw their training. That was last week. I saw their training last week, Saturday. Yes, the gun they are carrying is just like hunter's gun and some pump passion. But these people are up to 100. No problem. Let Boko Haram come. Let them come. You understand? That is the only way to resist it. Not all these people that have been infiltrated. Anyway, it is what it is. Let us, open the platform for our guest. We have Modika B on the line. We have Daylight. I think Daylight first came before he left and come back. Let's start from Daylight. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. You can unmute yourself.
Good evening, Mr. Marcel.
Yeah, thank you. All right. I don't know if you see the video of Mike Arnold, his presentation on this last meeting about the issue of Nigerian insecurity and Christian genocide, when he indicted Tinubu's administration, calling for their arrest. So I am saying that a lot of things had happened in Nigeria, and some Nigerian military officers, including the Defense Intelligence Agency, told us exactly what Mike Arnold was telling us, not as if Mike Arnold was saying something that we have never heard about, And I was dating back to what happened just last 2 years, where the Nigerian army were begging Boko Haram and ISWAP for reconciliation, not considering their primary mission, which is to overthrow the Nigerian government, to, install Islamic State, turn Nigeria into Islamic State that will be governed by Sharia. I said, amidst all these things, is there anyone coming out to say what Mike Arnold said is not true? You have the mic.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Marcel. I have been following you for a period of time, and this is my first time being in your live broadcast, because I have wished to be here so that I can air my own opinion. Understand?
All right. If you don't mind, are you using a earpiece? Because I am hearing one sound of maybe your earpiece is touching your cloth. Are you using a headphone?
Yes, I'm using a headphone.
Okay, so that you are shaking because the thing, this sound maybe is touching your cloth, so the sound is distracting us. I don't know if you can hold it with your hand.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
better
Can
now.
you hear me now?
Go on. Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. So, what I was saying, what Mr. Arnold said, he just hit the nail at the head because he's only a blind man. We say that he's not seeing what is happening in Nigeria. We all are Nigerians, understand? And right from decades, we have been seeing the pattern the government has been playing. And the major problem of Nigerians are that a Nigerian man that wants to die, but he's still dying in the process because our youth, we move by emotion, we move by trend. Whatever that is trending, that is what we move by. In the sense that youth have to rise up and defend their community. But many of us are still playing politics. Who do you know? And they have systematically overrun the youth. Understand? Because mental slavery is one of the most bad thing that will happen to any individual. Mental slavery is one of the bad things that will happen to any individual. If you don't know the root cause of your problem, you can never know the solution. And the politicians have come in a very long way of brainwashing our youth to a point that they believe that once he's an Hausa man, he's the cause of my problem. Once he's an Igbo man, he's the cause of my problem. Forgetting the major and the root cause of the problem, which is the Islamization of Nigeria. Understand? So, what Mike Arnold said, if the leaders are not brought to accountability, if they are not brought to book, those people perpetrating the problems and committing the genocide in Nigeria, if they are not brought to book, the problem of Nigeria cannot be solved. And many people think that solving problem of Nigeria is by voting. It's not by election. It's not by election because 2027, even if Tinubu left office and somebody new is being voted, the same problem will still continue because it started way back. It started way back, even before Tinubu administration. Boko Haram have started their activities, but because the power that be has stopped the then president of taking the necessary actions. So that is why voting out Tinubu is not the major problem, but facing the major cause of the problem, those that are involved in sponsoring this terrorism, they should be brought to book. And when they brought them to book, let there be, I can't say let there be a new Nigeria because there is nothing like new Nigeria. The reason why I said there is nothing like new Nigeria is because even the founding fathers, the then founding fathers, they colluded with this thing, knowing that Nigeria cannot work. The foundation of Nigeria cannot work. That is why if you see anybody asking for the separation of Nigeria, the person knows what he's saying. Because before the killings in Benue State, the then administration, which was Buhari administration, have to disarm the Benue's vigilantes. He disarmed all of them. Am I coming out?
They disarmed them. Yeah, they disarmed them.
They disarmed all of them. And you see that the same pattern they used in Benue State, they are still using it in Biafran territory. We know that there are insecurities in Biafra, in Igbo land, which is the southeast. But go and verify, go and make your findings, and you find that the insecurities there is politically motivated. The insecurity in Biafran territory is politically motivated. Those people fighting against the actualization of Biafra are still the people arranging those boys because they know that whenever someone is hungry, you can offer him peanuts for him to do any sort of things and he will accept it because he's a hungry man. No reasonable person that has what he's doing and that is doing well will have time for all those to be a political tout. Let me use it in that way, to be a political tout. So if Nigeria will be separated, if Nigeria can divide today, you will see that it can only take a sovereign, free nation to fight the insecurity. Because when the Biafran territories are being defended, the invaders cannot invade in the Biafran territory. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu once said that, because there was an interview granted to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when the interviewer asked him what his if Nigeria is being divided today, the Christians in the middle belt or in the northern part of Nigeria, what will be their fate? And he told them that he will give every Christians in the northern part, the genuine Christian, the Biafran government will give them the license to come and stay in Biafran territory.
All right.
Where they will
you just have a minute left.
Okay. So let me round up here so that I will give others time to make their own contribution. So what Mike Arnold said, he hit the nail at the head, but not the final solution, not voting out Tinubu administration, but making a permanent solution to Nigerian problem. Because if the permanent solution is not being given out before Trump left office, the next administration, nobody knows what the office will offer to those of us in Africa. So this is where I got my case. I rest my case here. Thank you, Mr. Marcel, for having me on this show. I'm very, very glad to air my opinion. Thank you once again.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, without wasting time, let's go to Mudike B. Mudike B. You can unmute yourself. You are still muted. Good evening. Are you there? Okay, I don't know if he's finding it difficult to mute himself.
Hello, my friend. Good evening.
Yeah, it seems you are on the road. Are you driving?
Yeah, can you go to the next person then so that I can clear
Okay. No problem.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. Good evening, Victor. Victor, you can unmute yourself. Hello. Okay. I don't know. Mr. Ene, you can unmute yourself. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Mr. Marcel.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Following up with the topic we are treating today, you see, I don't think the problem is the solution to this problem is by arresting Tinubu. You see, I have been following you for more than, let's say, 6 months now, and looking at the things, the Nigerian army and the issue of Boko Haram, you see, the problem we have is indocility among the youths. You see, when you engage them in some sensitive discussion that has to do with this terrorism, you see some of them backing up and defending these terrorists in government. I'm telling you, it baffles me. Like, you will be one of the first to be using foul words on people. So I think the more it is too difficult to sanitize our people, because the problem lies in the brain and in the ideology that has already been planted by these touts and criminals in government balance. So I think we have to re-strategize on how to make sure that, because we have to take our fate in our hands. America will do. I used to say it too. I have been saying this. The foreign countries will not.
Sorry, since you're having a network issue.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can I come in?
Yeah, you can come in now. It seems that he's having a network issue.
Okay, thank you very much. May the Lord Almighty continue to protect you, guide you every day of your life, protect you as you're going, as you're coming in. You have done a lot helping us and sanitizing us, giving us information about what's going on. So I really appreciate your workload. It's not easy, but you've been doing perfectly, wonderful. So I just want to say one or two things right now. My brothers and my sisters, God has helped us by making this man, sending his angel through this man called Mike Arnold to open up and speak this word to the whole world. My brother, it is our duty right now to, begin to use this expo to do better in our life. So there is no more time to waste.
All right.
Let
The question,
everybody,
if you, yeah,
let,
sorry to,
yes, go ahead,
sorry,
because
sorry
ahead.
to come in. You will continue. Why is it that, because I made a statement before, why is it that if someone from Nigeria, our defense intelligence agencies, agency officials, the military, the DSS, if they made a statement like this, I mean, they have made statements like this. If they make statements like this, people don't take it serious. But when a foreigner make the statement, people will take it serious. We all are here. When Kunde Olawumi told us that the only solution to stopping all this insecurity is to divide Nigeria, this was a head of military intelligence agency in Nigeria. T.Y. Danjuma said there is complicity, that if you wait for military and police, you will die one by one. A lot of them, even this one that retired now, General Rabo, they have said a lot of things. But we don't pay attention. What is the problem, sir? Why is it that we don't pay attention to people who are telling us the truth?
Okay, thank you very much. Nigeria is not that place is a contraction, it's not a country. So both the Fulanese, both the Yorubas and the Easterners, their head, their spiritual head, all of them depend on what the white man said. You see, many a times, even the spiritual leader, they'll be quoting the white man. Oh, this white man says this. Then most of these Fulani people, they depend on the British. Oh, the British people said this.
So is that an inferiority complex?
Because that is the reason why when a black man like Nnamdi Kanu already told us all this, we do not believe them. We do not believe him. We are not working strong. We just have it in mind, but many of us are not working, towards this goal. He told us that these guys are coming. So my brother, look, that's a brain of a black man. He told us that these guys are coming. Okay, now let me push this word so that everybody will know, because it's good to let people know. My brother, I thank you again. You have said it most of the time. You said, go and buy gun. Go and buy gun. And I want to, encourage your word also to let people know it's better. The spiritual leaders are no more saying anything. So based on that, they're not capable to say something for now, because I don't know what is holding them. But members of each church, Christianity home, wherever you are, make sure you have your own gun. Everybody's supposed to have their own gun. The best way to handle this thing is to an eye, because they say when the British went to Japan and they gave them one gun, and they do their exchange, just a kind of example. They do their exchange of transaction. At the end of the day, the British went back. So when they came back in order to colonize the Japanese, when they came over there, they brought their gun and the Japanese brought their own gun. So they see, oh, these people have what we have. So they now say, ha, ha, ha. So everybody go their own way until you match them with their own madness. Let everybody have their own gun, village by village, town by town. Let everybody have their village, because Nigeria is not a place. That's why Mike Arnold said, divide this country. If you don't divide it, there will be a problem. Divide this country. So it is time, no more play. You can see it. The Yorubas don't want to say anything because their brother is the one, that is on the board ruling. I mean, he's the president of Nigeria, but the truth is this. Divide this country. Divide this country. Let everybody be shouting it so that the American will hear it, so that the whole world will hear it. Divide. We don't want to be with the Fulanis. We don't want to be with the Igbos. We don't want to be with the Yorubas. Divide this country. Thank you, my brother.
All right. Thank you. I see that you are furious. Anyway, you see the issue of gun. I am happy saying it, and you know the reason why I'm happy saying it. I'm happy saying it.
Boss, are you talking to me? 1 second. 1 second.
The issue of gun.
Can you hear me now?
No, hold on.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if you were talking to me. Sorry.
Yeah. The issue of gun, the reason why I'm happy saying it is because what we are talking about, people are putting it into practice. I've seen up to 7 communities, I don't have to start mentioning them community by community, but you can see their videos on Facebook. Okay, they are doing the same thing, practicing. In fact, every village now is turning into a vigilante, especially this heatland of terrorism. So when you people hear about go and get your gun, go and buy gun, a lot of folks, their mind will just go to, oh, if I buy gun, they will arrest me or they will do this. So that is the lack of knowledge towards what we are talking about. No, nobody is going to arrest you. You are going to have the training. You understand? Like the vigilante groups, the hunters, every village can join it and protect your village. It is express approval of gun license. So that one, they don't view you as an individual. You want to buy gun, who are you? No, they don't do that. Once it comes from majority of the village, like, oh, these people want to have a vigilante group, organize yourself, it is express approval. They will approve it. So having gun is not a rocket science in Nigeria. Having gun is not like you just want to have gun and pocket it by yourself. Okay, so this is the way to go, and I'm happy that people are really going towards that way. Anyway, Christian Crusader, just a minute. Victor was with us before he went out. I don't know if his network is stable now. Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
You're with me.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I had I thank you for all the great job you're doing. That is among one of in fact, they are #1 blogger that gives updates on terrorism. Anytime I want to know the story about terrorism, I look for your channel because you give us facts and figures, details to details. So thank you for your great job. Everybody have contributed positively in the situation of insecurity and Boko Haram in Nigeria. But there's something that, for me, my own opinion, that most of us make a lot of mistakes. Most of us, and these extremists, these Islamic extremists, have already understood this game long ago. Until now, most of us have not understood these techniques. If you watch, okay, that's where I'm coming. If you watch, they are invading Europe not by weapon. They are not using weapon. They are using population infiltration through numbers and politics. Most of them are getting into the Congress, into politics in Europe and America. If you take notes, if you watch like the New York today, the mayor is a Muslim. They go to London, the same thing, and they are giving them more rights to practice their religion because they have somebody speaking for them. This is something we are lacking in Nigeria, and they knew this thing before now. That is why when military left them, they make sure that the system of government favors them, that they will still have.
Your network is still poor. We can't hear you any longer. Oh, Mr. Victor, this was the problem you had before.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Continue.
Sorry, I don't know how my network went off. I'm driving. So I'm saying, if you watch, they knew all this thing. They need the political strength to subdue other region and other religion. That's why for military, they ruled us for up to almost 50 years. The northern Muslims, Fulani, were in military. When the democracy came, if you watch the way they programmed Nigerian, they made themselves more in the Senate, in the House of Rep, and they say the South will rule and the North will rule. And if you watch, most of the times, people who rule from the North are Fulani Hausas, not the somebody from like Benue, or somebody from like Kaduna. What is the far North that has been ruling Nigeria? So they understood this, and this is something that we have not understood very well. We have to be in that politics. When this IPOP something was booming, when it was very, very effective, when Nnamdi Kanu was out, I spoke to some of them. I do contribute in their due. They have this monthly due they pay. I used to give them. I said, for me, I'm not a member, but I know that people are fighting for the good of Nigeria and for the Igbo people. So I do support them financially, the one I can. I told them the way this IPOP is going, the strength they already have in the East, if the IPOP can determine the Eastern governors, the 5 Eastern states, determine the governors. Look at what Alex Oti is doing in Abia. If we can make sure that a free and fair election is being done in our gubernatorial election in the East, senatorial, and House of Rep, we can begin to have a say in the center. If somebody begins to represent us. Okay, I want to give you an example. Did you see what the last time they marched for IPOP with Sued in Abia? I hope you saw the update. Hello?
I can
Hello?
hear you.
Can you hear me? You saw the update. None of them were attacked. Do you think if they did that in Imo and Anambra State, somebody will not die? But they did it successfully in Abia State because the Abia governor is representing the people, and he knows it's the people that put him there, so you have to defend them and do what they like. The same thing in the North. Also, these Northerners are supporting these terrorists. Let me tell you, some of their leaders don't like it, but they don't have a choice. Because let me tell you the gospel truth. 60% of Northern Muslims in support of this terrorism. 60% of Northern Muslims are in support of it. So most of their leaders do what they like. So I think I suggest our people should start thinking about the political part of this. Not just break. You can't break. You can't ordinarily break. You need somebody that will stand and start speaking up. Somebody that has the international connection and the influence to begin to speak up. People will say, why is it that when our people speak, nobody hears them, but when somebody from outside abroad speaks, they listen to them? Yes, because the influence is different. When our people speak, they don't have that voice that pricks the other people's mind. But when other people speak, they really know that this is serious. Because if you say because he's a Yoruba man now, that's why you're speaking. Because it's an Asama. When Ano speaks, he has no interest. He's not a Nigerian. He's not from any region. Even people are accusing him because he's a Christian. So what I'm saying, our people will have to start channeling our efforts in playing part of this politics in Nigeria. This terrorism can stop. Let me finish. Don't cut me. Let me finish. They can correct me.
All right,
Let me finish.
Mr. Victor. Yeah, just
let me
round
finish.
up.
Let me round up. We have to start participating in this politics. directly and indirectly if we want things to start moving. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Before we participate, think of
Okay.
how
It's all right. Thank you very much for your opinion. I really appreciate you. You know, there is nothing like people saying their mind and saying it the way they feel. Okay. Here is a public opinion platform where everybody can come and share what they think that is the solution. Okay. Like I was telling someone yesterday, I said since 1999 that we entered this pseudo democracy, we have tried almost everything. We have voted, we have done so many things. There is only one thing we have not tried. So the ones we have tried didn't work. So it is left with the ones that we have not tried. All right, thank you, Mr. Victor. I think Kabiru, sorry to ask you this. I think we have given you time before.
Yeah, just 1 minute. I didn't finish before you cut me off.
Okay.
Okay. So my question is this, sometimes people trying to be politically correct, but the truth is this: we are fighting for survival. You have to be alive before you think about politics. Am I right?
You are right. Do you want him to respond?
I mean, this is some people are so blind, thinking of we are not one Nigeria. We have to be alive first. So that's
okay.
all
The
I
question.
have. Let everybody, wake up. Thank you.
Okay.
We have to be
all
alive
right.
before we start planning of how to become a, president and vice president. Be alive first.
It's all right. It's all right. I understand what you are saying. Okay, Kabiru. Thank you. All right. Christian Crusader, you have the floor now. You are muted.
Can you hear me, boss?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Boss, I agree with both of them. But when he just said was complete factual. You have to be alive. So I just want to say what they're both rounding up is empowering the people. That's the fundamentals, right? You have to empower the people. If the people feel that they're not safe, they will not stand up or rise, especially if they have something to lose. But I lead with this. Luke 22:36. I'm gonna read it from my book, because a lot of Christians they always quick to say, oh, we must just pray about it. You remember the conversation the other day? They must pray about it. So this is what the Lord said. The Lord said, Luke 22:36. Then he saith unto them, but now he that have a purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip, and he that hath no sword, let him sell his garment. Boss, are you there?
Yeah.
Let him sell his garments and buy one. Right? So that is foundation. That's the Bible. Right? So to say that you can't stand up for yourself at foundation, and to say that, oh, we have to depend on the government, right? The government only is reactionary towards the citizenry. The government is reactionary towards the citizenry. If the citizens rise up, then the government had to change laws, right? But if the citizens sit down and the government's like, oh, we're cool, we're fine, right? So I just want to lead with that. You have to empower the people. But my question is,
wait. There is something I want you to expatiate. You said the government, work based on the reaction of the people.
Exactly.
If the people are sitting comfortable with the current situation, the government will say everything is okay. But when the people react contrary to the status quo, then the government have to amend the laws.
Right? Or even scrap the laws. Right? That's just foundation. Right? That's just foundation. But we have too many people, and I'm guessing, because you remember, I'm an American, I'm just looking outside, looking in, right? And I'm just going off of foundation, or what builds a nation. Principles, laws, values, beliefs, and all wrapped up in religion most of the time, right? So if you guys say freedom of religion, but you have one religion that outranks everybody and can kill you, and they get no punishment, then what do you call that? There's no freedom in there. It causes fear. Am I wrong?
Absolutely no freedom.
So that takes away the empowerment of the people. If there's fear, if you take the fear from the people and you say, yes, you can rise up or you must, and give them reason and cause, like a soldier going into war and battle, the men should rise. Or I don't believe there's men, because that tells me that there's not a lot of Christian men in your country no more. That's that. And listen, and that's just me looking outside in, because as your other guest said, in America we have a different problem, but the same problem. A different problem, but the same problem, right? They built what the Muslims did in America was they built communities, and in those communities, right, they use the laws, right? Okay, cool, we're going to kick everybody out and it's just going to be Muslims in this area, right? So the mayor has to respond. The mayor has to respond. He can't kick out the Christians because the Christians are there, and in America we move different, right? So the reaction, that's what I've gotten from both of their arguments, is the empowerment of the people. Am I wrong? Everybody's fearful.
You are not wrong. Actually, both of them are coming from different angle. Both of them are believing that the ideas are solving problems, or ideas are capable of solving problems. Just that some of the ideas we have tested it, the ideas you have tested time without number, without yielding results. We are not going to continue to do that. That is not a linear hypothesis that you continue to do without arriving at a conclusion. So what I'm trying to say is that we've got to test the ones we have not tested before. Okay.
And you will be completely right, right? So let's try empowering the people. Like when you say get the guns, you guys didn't do that before. Now you guys are hollering, get the guns. You're not the only one on the new internet saying so, right? You're not the only one. The issue is, like you said the other day, there's 20 people that know the problem, right? Therefore, they understand the solution. But you feel me? 20 people can't go against 2 million. So the 20 has to multiply. The 20 has to multiply.
That's right.
Right?
That's
so
right.
Empower the people, enable them to go outside and be non-fearful, right? But and people are going to say, well, the government and the military, that's not right. No. It starts at home, right? It starts at home. The empowerment of the people starts at home, right? You are you willing to stand, or are you willing to fall? And that should tell the head of the household who he really is. I'll just say it like that.
All right. In your own opinion, at least you have seen the situation, and you have been on the internet space for over the years. You have seen the progression, or should I say retrogression, the progression of evil and the retrogression of what I call prosperity of a nation in Nigeria. If you are now put on a podium where you are going to talk to the whole world,
yes,
how will you tell them, or what will you say that it is the solution to the current crisis in Nigeria?
The current crisis in Nigeria is the protection of the Christians, number one, outright, because they're the ones who are being attacked for their ideology, not because they disagree with a different type of Islam, right? So the protection of the Christians, fundamentally. I would call for, I would say, the government to be seen as a threat against its citizens, right? In my opinion, that's what we're doing to Iraq and Iran, right? I will call for a change in their government. Tinubu has to go, point blank, simple, because he leans too far to one side and he can't see the middle, point blank. 2, arm the citizens, all right? Or like you called it, for vigilantism. But I would say more along the lines of every Christian nation, right? I will call upon the Pope. Every Christian nation needs to bring aid in some way, shape, or form in either human asset, intelligence asset, financial asset, right? And empower the people to stand up. Because yes, we can do all we can. The man at the pulpit can do all he can. He can scream at the top of his lungs. But if you go to Ezekiel, I believe, when he said that the watchman, if we go to the watchman verses, the watchman, if he shouts and he lets the people on the hill know, let the people know that danger is on the hill, the blood is off his hands. But those who keep quiet, right? Those who keep quiet, the blood is on their hands, and God will punish them. Yes, but then it's on the people to act or not act. So I will call upon the citizens to rise, because you can yell all day. You can be up on this internet yelling all day. You can promote the truth all day. You can die behind this, right? In some cases, you can die behind what you say on the internet. But if the people don't act, then you died in vain. I pray we don't die in vain. That's what I would say.
Amen. Thank you so much. You know,
love to you, brother.
I've really taken time to think about all these things, and
you gave me a lot to
see
think
that
too.
the urgent solution now is for the people to rise to the occasion of defending themselves, and especially with the urgent acquisition of guns, community by community. Yeah, we've got to arm ourselves and do the necessary. I was talking to some people yesterday, and I told them, when I went to, when I acquired my gun, it's not something that someone advised me to go and do. I saw the reality. I saw the situation. I saw the fear. I saw so many things. I'm not saying that acquiring gun is just a lifetime server that will save you from death. But no, it goes a long way. Yeah,
it's a tool.
It goes a long way protecting you. Because the people, all these terrorists, they are not special kind of fighters. No, they are not. They are just coming and they are seeing the vulnerable state of the people. No, these people don't have guns, so we can just go. Let's go and fight them. Let's go and kill them. If the people are having guns, I am telling you the truth. All these terrorists, they are going to run back to the people who are sponsoring.
Move different. They move different.
Yeah,
they move different. They go political. Oh, we can't get you by force. We'll get you by political. If we can't get you by political, we'll outbirth you. Right? In war, there's not one strategy of attack. Go ahead. Sorry.
Of course, that is the truth. But in Nigeria, it's very difficult, or in Africa, especially West Africa, it's very difficult for them to outbirth us. That is why they are using gun.
I looked it up. You're right. I looked it up.
You have 2 wives. I have 2 wives. You have 10 children. I have 15 children. You can't outbirth me. So that is why they are carrying gun. So we all have to carry the same gun. Anything they want to go into, then we have to go into it. Just that we did not wake up on time.
Think of it like this. Think of it like this. If a man has a sword, we don't even have to call it a gun. We'll just use the word sword. We'll use biblical language. If a man has a sword, right, and another man has no sword, who wins that match?
The one that has sword.
Now, if the man has a sword and the other man has a sword, can they stand? Who wins that match?
Who attack? Who is faster?
Not just faster. Who is skilled? Right? Who is skilled? Right? So therefore, it lays the level plane. Get a level playing field. Right? Get a level playing field, and then you can talk about all the political things you want, because then the man has to meet you with his words. If a man doesn't have to meet you with his words, he'll just take everything you have. Very simple. But no, I'm following you, brother. I'm following you. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. All right, King. You can unmute yourself.
Hello, Okocha. Good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Where are you joining us from, if you don't mind?
I'm John from America.
All right. How is the United States of America?
Everything is okay here. We are just managing the same mode. You know why I called? I just want to speak on something. You know, our people, I don't know if the caller that was talking about IPOB stuff, I don't know if it's Igbo or something like that. By November this year, I'll be 50 years old, Okocha. And my father used to tell me about the moves and everything about the journey of Igbos in Nigeria since even before the coup, 1966 coup, and the war. Igbo, we have been finding it so difficult in Nigeria because of the way the British programmed Nigeria. So fast forward to today. That's why I called it in. That guy that tried to blame IPOB, that they didn't go into, normally they used to say IPOB should go into politics. They should go into politics. First of all, I want to let him know this one. IPOB when people are talking about IPOB, every Igbo man is an IPOB member, whether he like it or not, because he said something. Their program, I used to contribute money. I'm not a member. You know? IPOB for me, I don't see it as I see IPOB as every Igbo man, because once you're an Igbo, and because of these initials, Nnamdi just came and used, and people are thinking that IPOB is a different thing, and they think some of us think that IPOB is a terrorist, IPOB is this, IPOB is that. IPOB is Igbo people. Just know it and have your peace. I don't know where you've been. I don't know where you've traveled to. Even only me coming from, I was traveling from Nigeria to Germany, and somebody just saw my passport at the airport. He's not the one giving me boarding pass. Immediately he saw my name. He said, "You are the people that call Nigeria zoo," and he wanted to provoke me there to put me in trouble. Understand? So what? Because of that, my name alone. That's why he started talking that way to me. But after I passed him, and another guy behind me, a Yoruba man too, behind me now said, apologized on his behalf. I said, brother, I'm sorry. I'm a doctor. I'm traveling to America, but my people are still sleeping. That's what the guy told me, an advanced man, you know. So when you start to blame IPOB, that IPOB didn't go into politics, check out last statement of Shetima. He said that P2B will not be president of Nigeria, even though if God, Coach, I believe you've seen this video. He said even if Igbo, the Southeast, will be president of Nigeria, it will not be P2B. It will be like Rocha Sokorocha. He speaks Hausa. Yes. He made his millions from the north. Or Dave Omai, he's our brother. He speaks Hausa. So why I'm saying this is that for him to know where they placed us, even in that politics, they know who they want to. Okay, can you check from somebody that left office for more than 15 years now? There's nothing like 1 cent or anywhere or anything you have taken from the government. They are looking everywhere to grab him. Nowhere. Because of his integrity, that's what he's most qualified to be president of Nigeria. But he cannot be president of Nigeria because of what? He's an Igbo. He had been in politics. He had been around during Abacha. He requested to go and discongest a wharf. He went to Abacha. Abacha gave it to him. He did the job perfectly and left. So he had been around there. The same thing happened to Ekweme. Ekweme was the one. He was among the people that found the founders of PDP. What happened? Okay, let me just take it back to Zeke and Tafa Balewa. What turned Zeke to a ceremonial president? The same thing. So we have been in this politics, but the only problem is that the people the establishment of Nigeria, which is the British, they know us. They don't want us to come close. They know what is going to happen. But why is paining me when I hear something like this is that our people are trying to. They thought IPOB is gone. IPOB is in the mind of everybody. Biafra is in the mind of every Igbo man. But now, like Nnamdi Kanu used to tell us before he had this problem, that everybody will one day, everybody in Nigeria, one thing will bring us together, and that thing is they are coming. Everybody is now shouting, I'm not comfortable in this Nigeria anymore. Hausa is now shouting, I'm not Fulani anymore. I'm not Hausa Fulani anymore. I'm Hausa. Fulani is now, they thought they are pushing because they are the one that they gave the power to do all those things because they know what they can do and what they can secure for the people that owns Nigeria. So we have been there and they have been pushing us around and we have been there. So there's no way, now nothing we can do in that politics. So if you say you're going into the politics, because IPOB have done in Germany, IPOB running around, there's no, I went to Belgium for protests. We went to UN. Brother, we went there. So we have done, LPOB have done everything. Igbos have done everything in Nigeria. The last thing that we need now is for us to go our separate ways. And we are not going to start it. The whole Nigerians are going to start it for us. The way it's going now. So don't blame Igbo people that they are not in politics. That's why nobody's speaking for them. We have cried enough. I went for a wedding in Germany. My friend, he married a politician, a daughter from the politician in Germany. I was
All
there.
right. You have just like
I
a minute
talked.
left.
Yes, I talked to one politician there, and we are talking about everything about Nigeria. And end of the, I mentioned Biafra. The guy left me. He never come close to me till the end of the wedding. Understand? So don't blame any Igbo man about not being in politics. That's why we are not getting it right or whatever. We look at what we are doing. We are building houses everywhere. We are the one going everywhere. Hausa man, Fulani man cannot come to our side and build a one bedroom. They only build pajas and they only live in bushes everywhere. So we have done everything to be among. Since they don't want it this way, whatever that comes will come. We take it that way. Then, but my problem is that when people speak like this, they are making our people lose guard. They are making our people lose guard, not getting prepared about the situation of Nigeria. And they're making our people to feel that we are not down. We cannot do anything. Everybody should go and get his gun, because when you have your own gun, nobody will come and challenge you. That person will come for negotiation. Thank you, Okocha.
All right. Thank you. You know, here is a public opinion platform. What the other person also said, he personally also have a point, because you know sometimes people think differently. People believe that they have different solutions to proffer to this same problem. So I don't just discard people. Everybody have their own solution to fronting this issue. All right. Before origins, we have reality. Reality against what? You can unmute yourself. Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, so Marcel, can you
Good
hear
evening.
me?
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. And good evening to everybody within the platform and across the world, everybody hearing us. My line of thought here is to the topic I saw. Actually, Nigeria being what it is today, with a very dangerous diversity, I have been following everything happening within the space of Nigeria, and I see that is the problem is a very compounded one indeed. And to the second to the last speaker and the last speaker here, I had their line of thoughts, and before I react further, the last speaker was talking about IPOB, the state of Biafra, and so the situation on ground and what should be the solution at this time. Yeah, for some time now, I want to point at something. I've been following your programs, and I do hear when you were like, no, the angle IPOB is going shouldn't be the thing, like everybody going his separate ways and all of that. And as I continue to follow your programs of recent, I do hear you like coming to the same thought of everybody going his separate ways, that this is now, this will be the best solutions to the problems in Nigeria. Yeah, indeed, we have seen everything, and people who were not in support of separation are now into it, because they have seen that they have proffered every other solution for over the years, and it has never fit in to really like give us expectation. So at now, the last thing to everything is separation, as I've been hearing you all these days saying. It's not a matter of the Igbos or that you are not Igbos, or the neither Biafra or not Biafra. But the reality is this: Nigeria is a kind of space where we have a very dangerous diversity, and being this, we cannot be able to stay together in as much as we do not have one belief, not about even Christianity or not or any other religion, but the fact remains that first and foremost, we are not made up, by one thing. Samasol,
That is
I hope you are getting me.
incompatibility.
Yeah, we are not made up by one thing, and because now we have a way of life. The Hausas have their way of life, the Fulanis as well, then the Yorubas. And so before this time, the genesis of the whole thing, being formed by the British, this complication, they know too well that we are not the same people or neither ethnic nationalities. And so we don't have one lifestyle, one way of life, and they know it. And they have a very bad intention for doing this. And that intention, that selfish intention they were having is, we know that with this dangerous diversity, these people cannot come together, cannot, agree on one thing. And so while they continue in disagreements, we will have access to, their oil, their crude, and all of those things they eye upon in Nigeria that they use in making their greatness. And so they did it intentionally, purposely, even when they have known the truth.
Okay.
But the funny thing here is that we who are found within this space known as Nigeria today, we are not wise enough to quickly decode that people played over our heads, I mean the British. And until now, when I listen to people saying one or two things about the problems ongoing, the insecurity ravaging the whole of this space, and consuming lives in millions, when I hear people or listen to people making their contributions, I see that even the Christians and non-Christians or other people from other religions, everybody is going the way of trying to be politically right, leaving the truth aside. And meanwhile, the whole truth
So
is
what do
that
we do?
it was, being that we are forcefully, put together, we don't have to continue like this.
What are you going to do personally now? Like, if you have the power, what are you going to do personally?
Fine. My opinion goes like this: that we should separate and everybody should go his way.
Then how do you do that?
That's how you get right.
It's easier to say. How do you do that?
Good. I see the possibility if everyone will agree on the same thing. I mean, we come together unitedly. I mean, we can achieve it. Is possible when we come together in one voice on one table.
And you were saying that there is incompatibility, and you are now saying we can come together. You know that Nigeria as a whole cannot come together. They can't. What do you mean by what? Since your network is bad. Anyway, I understand what he was actually saying, but despite long-term plan of everything, I think this is a time for action. This is a time, to save yourself. So while people are planning, you should also make sure you plan for what is urgent now. That is terrorists invading your countries, terrorists invading your territories, your communities, killing you. So while we are making plans for communities to become a vigilante group, everybody in the community, so we should also as well be planning long term, because what I see from these terrorists is that most of their plan is 200 years, 100 years ahead. They will plan what is going to happen ahead. Anyway, Origin, good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Okay. Madam Origin. I was seeing this
Madam
Origin.
Origins.
I
Don't
was
know
seeing
how
this
it came
Origin.
up.
I said, I don't know who is Origin, whether it's a man or woman. I wanted to
Madam
say good evening, sir.
Origin.
Good evening, madam. Thanks for joining us.
Mr. Kochan, thank you. Thank you so much for your platform. Just straight to the point, thank you for your platform. Thank you for this awareness you're creating for the people. I want to thank also Mr. Arnold for being this voice. For the first time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is one outsider that saw the whole picture of what is going on inside the contraption called Nigeria, because he was able to address the issue of the North and address the issue of the South, with particular to Biafra. And I was very impressed that he was able to. It all means he did his homework. He did a good research to see the whole picture, to know what is going on. But I'm going to go.
After our interview, you told me something, right? You remember? After the interview I had with Mike Arnold.
Yeah.
So go on, don't worry.
All right. So as a matter of fact, I just want to why this is a very critical time for us, every indigenous person inside Nigeria. It does not matter whether that person is a Biafra indigene or is somewhere, Dudua or anywhere. The very big problem that we have had is not that people inside Nigeria are cowards. It's just that the bureaucracy was overwhelming on us. Biafra people fought a brutal war, nearly won, but you hear him mention George Soros. That name is deeper than you think. It's a definition of a larger global aspect that is out after, I don't know how to explain it, but I keep it there. You hear him mention China, you hear UK, then you see the jihadists that want to, they're not looking back. So it is important that we tell our people to be very, very cautious, be vigilant, defend yourself, however you can protect yourself. But you see, the deliverance comes with, I think for the first time, we are having a window, and this window of opportunity is very slim, very small, very short. And we must see how we can utilize it. This is not a time to be politically correct or to be very sentimental about what you know or how you want it to happen. If you love humanity, if you love yourself, if you love your mother, if you love anybody in the village, this is opportunity for us to ask the big question. Now, Mr. Kocha, there is something, and that thing is, of all, when we talk about America, when Biden and the rest of them, now I'm beginning to hear that ISIS has a connection with some people that ruled in America, but they want to be a part of the global emasculation of humanity. Now, the person that is in in White House today has a heart for humanity, wants to see how he can save as many, wants to dismantle this bureaucracy, which if we play smart, if we mean well, if we remove foolishness, we can be able to save ourselves. And that is because it's very obvious. Every chicken inside of the contraption known Nigeria is that for them to survive, that contraption must be dismantled. But let me say, for example, if it is dismantled today, April 27, 2026, if it is dismantled today, we have less than 2 years to do something drastic. Otherwise, we lose everything. And it's going to be more catastrophic if we don't use this window of opportunity today, now. As we are arming our people, we must, whatever is available to dismantle, we must use it. Now, I know, I beg in the manual who may not just go sleep. Let me say what I want to say now. Because I know who I'm talking about. I know the group I'm talking about. So, as it is, there is something they call the best, a secret, excuse me. The international community, there is a law. It is not open. If you want to go there, that is why Nigeria has kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the dungeon, was able to capture, use Finland to capture Simon Ekpa, and doing every other thing they can do to make sure that doesn't happen. But it happened. It has happened. And that is a peaceful redeclaration, which EU, AU, AN, all of them know that that is what they have stopped from happening for the last 10 years. And if we are wise, we can cash it in now and begin to work, because it is going to be working with the people. Now, when Riley Moore came to Nigeria, he had to go through the government. And it is the government that is spying the people. So how can any of them come in? Must go through the government available. So that is a wisdom for the day. I don't want to decode it to anybody. I rested there. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Madam Origin. Thank you. Well understood. And I believe so many of our, viewers, we actually understand everything you say. Thank you so much. All right. Even what Mike Arnold said, from the beginning of that speech, he made it categorically clear that working with Nigeria government is just like, you are working with the people who are doing the same thing. And this is what he said exactly.
Working with the Nigerian government to end the genocide is like working with the Third Reich to end the Holocaust.
Yeah. So it is very, very clear. And I understand that. Okay. We are coming very, very close to the end of this program. Mudi Kapir, I don't know whether you left something untold to us. Okay, if not, Victor, I don't know whether there is something you leave untold to us. You can tell us.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? I want to respond to the caller after me that said I am against people protecting themselves, that it's people who are alive that will go into politics. I have advised my friends and well-wishers to go and get gun in Nigeria. What I'm saying, that is not the definite solution. If you want, so many people say the military come disarm them before this terrorist attack. You can get a gun, but if you don't participate, having the government that is willing to protect you, you are just wasting your time. You can only do your best, but you have to involve yourself in certain things, in politics, in governance. That is just Of course, yes. It's very important. Even the churches should start preaching this God, not coming to the social media or to the public to say it. Because I know if they come up publicly and declare that every member should go and get it gone, just the way you are doing it, most of these clergymen, the government will come after. They will say that they are trying to preach chaos in the country. So they can as well start preaching these things secretly and advise people, even support people financially to get guns to protect themselves, but they can't come out publicly and do it. If they are not doing it, they should start advising people to protect yourself. But we should not even say it publicly, because the people we are fighting is not just the terrorists. We are fighting the government, my brother. The government is powerful. After God is government. That is why our problem. If not, these terrorists are not, these people are, Nigerian police can overpower them, Nigerian police. But as long as the government is supporting them, look at, they do things and go scot-free. Do you think if it were the Igbos that are displaying the amount of weapon, those people, if it's from the southeast and they are displaying the amount of weapon those terrorists display, they would have raided whatever community it is. They would have bombed it and destroyed it long ago. So what I'm saying is that people should protect themselves, but we should still try to start politics in the southeast, strong politics. They say charity begins at home. Let's start from our local government to our senatorial seats and governor. Let's start holding them responsible. Look at Abia. Abia is a simple example. When the people vote counted, Abia, the governor is protecting them. Have you heard about any terrorist attack, anything? I just said, no, the governor will not allow it, because he knows that he will lose the next election. So please, somebody should not quote me wrong. I am a full Igbo man. As age there, when I cannot know why I believe. Let's get into politics. Then we decide.
Right. You know what you are saying.
If you watch, most of them. Sorry to cut you short. Most of these northern politicians are not happy. But for the fact that P2B is a very big spotlight in the political realm today. If P2B was from the north, Tinubu would have seen 2023. But for the fact that it's an Igbo man, that is why they came against him. Thank you very much.
Okay, because there is no time for other people to respond to you, I'm going to read out the message they are sending here. The other guy that
please, can I respond to?
No, just hold on.
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah, so let me read out the message they are sending here so that maybe you can respond to it. Now, they are saying this. They said P2B was fighting for a good cause, as a good man he is. He went into election. He won the election, but they did not give him the position. Now, P2B have to return back to the same people that did not give him the position. Someone like Erufai and the rest of them. This Buhari minister, what is it called that the show were confronted today, Malami, he now go back to these people and start having a coalition with them. Yes. So I'm reading out what they wrote here. So they said, if P2B now become the president of Nigeria today, what is going to change? Since all these people are the same people who caused the problem of Nigeria, and he's in coalition with them. And if he wins, he is not going to be just a one-man show organizing everything. So the people in his cabinet, National Security Advisor, Chief of Army Staff, don't forget that coalition used to share position. So I'm adding this one by myself. This is not part of what they wrote. So don't forget that the coalition is something that they share position. So what if all these coalition people now bring out people that they are going to appoint, just like what they did to Tinubu? Someone brought Ribadu, someone brought Minister of Defense, someone brought Minister of Defense. They gave it to him as a dynamic for his victory. So what is he going to do in this situation?
Let me answer. Can I answer?
Yeah.
Hello? You said it all. Rufai, Tinubu, Rufai assisted Tinubu to get into power. Buhari aide, which is Malami, assisted Tinubu to get into power. But today, what's happening? Tinubu is doing what he feels is okay for him, and all of them have turned against him. Let us get there first. Let's get there first, and let's play the game.
All right.
That's my point. It's a very simple
It's okay.
answer.
So
I know
this one is from me.
me.
Yeah, this one is from me. You know, I used to tell people one thing. I say, don't be emotional. Make sure you base on reality. You know, when Goodluck Jonathan, this was 2012. I know a lot of people did not start participating in politics on time. Okay. For me, right from 1999, I'm no longer a novice. Okay. I started voting 2007. 2003, I did not vote. It was a choice. 2007, I started voting. And that is, you know, so many years ago now. So when you look at the situation in 2012, Goodluck Jonathan made a statement. This is a sitting president who is not a terrorist sympathizer. He said, Boko Haram members are in my cabinet. I sit with them, I eat with them without knowing that they are Boko Haram members. I mean 2012. Now, this is not to discourage people like I used to say. By the way, in 2023, we mobilize, we spend our personal money for election. Okay, don't get it twisted. So this is not to discourage people, but I'm trying to be a real person. So that, because you know this video we are doing today, next 50 years, our children are going to see it. So I do my things, next 100 years, wake me up, I will say the same thing. So 2023 years, you know, we spend our money, personal money for election. If we call people where is your polling unit, they will say it's in the village or what, I'm in Lagos. Go back to the village and vote. Vote for Labour Party. We'll pay your transport. We make sure that there is nothing like a problem or barrier for people not to vote. But the vote work, right? What happened? Even P2B that we asked personally, this election, the way people are gathering you will win. But how will you secure this vote against rigging? Because we knew that if you win this, and we knew that if you win, that they will not give in. P2B said that if they did not, and that us will force them and we'll get there. So that was a confidence. And after the election, it was clear that he won. BBC was reporting that he won reverse, but they manipulated it. Like the evidence was there. The kind of evidence that was there is not evidence of go to court, because you know that they have court. So we were waiting for P2B to give the need. We saw a tweet, just like what Goodluck Jonathan did when he congratulated Buhari. This calamity wouldn't have been now. We saw the tweet that people should calm down. Who won't give you power with that kind of attitude? You see, people are not real. I'm not the kind of person who is not real. I am very
Mr.
real.
Procha, sorry if you allow me to respond to you on this very one.
Okay, but I've not finished, but you can come in because of time.
Okay. Because what you said, Obi won the last election and they didn't give it to him. Obi did not win the major part of the North. He won the election with the number, but the majority part of the North did not vote for him. With this situation now at ground, and that is why Obi needs this alliance. He will not have people that will make that vote count, because if he align very well with the North, he will have better chances to hold his mandate and reclaim it. That is what is happening.
That is true.
Because now we are having.
Excuse me.
Let me finish.
Excuse me. Somebody that won 21 states.
Too much. Calm down,
Mr. Kabiru. Victor, I want us to finish with this conversation, and I want us to
but he's not allowing us, and I don't want to be lopsided. If he wants to add, he should add, but we are just discussing. I can learn one or two things from you guys, and as well you people can learn from me. So we're just sharing ideas here. but he's taking it too personal. We're not fighting here. This is my opinion. You might see the coin has two faces. You might see the other face. Why I'm seeing the other face. But if we come together, we'll see the both faces.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that.
So what I'm saying is that good luck, Jonathan. If you watch when this terrorism started, good luck, Jonathan was crushing them. But when his second term ambition came, he wanted the North to vote for him. That was when he started being soft and using a kind glove to attack the terrorists. Good luck was almost crushing the terrorists. He was almost crushing them. Yes. When his second ambition came that he wants to be...
Yeah, because his second term, he was so furious against them. Like, in fact, he was next 3 weeks. He was counting weeks to eliminate them totally. Because they were saying that he was unable to defeat them. Because
it was when they put pressure on him.
For him.
When he started defeating them, they started saying that he's killing the Northerners. They went to America. We had to when Obama started supporting them. We know all these things now. Good luck. He's just been weak. He's just been weak. For me, good luck is one of our problems. That's easy declaration, just like you said. The way you just called Buhari and congratulate him.
Now you come to understand what I was saying, because I don't just come out to say or talk because of emotion. You just make a statement that good luck.
Neither me, I don't.
Now, do you know that let me tell you something. These people I'm going to mention now, Rotimi Amechi, Atiku Abubakar, Nasser Rufai, Nyesom Wike, Rabiu Kwakwanso, Bola Tinubu. So these people I'm mentioning, if they were the one that had the vote to be had, they would be in Aso Rock. I'm telling you this, that if
I disagree somehow.
Calm down. You know what Abdul Salami said? Abdul Salami.
No.
The man that dashed Nigeria Constitution, that former military.
I know this. I know Salami.
He said it was remaining like 1%, that they were fed up, 99.9% remaining for them to cancel the 2023 election. He said it was just remaining small because they were the, whether peace council or something like that. So they can initiate it to INEC chairman, and INEC chairman will cancel the election. He said it was remaining small. You know what I'm trying to tell you this? Why I'm trying to say this? You see? Now.
No, what's your point? No.
Yeah, my point is this. We had a chance. We had a chance, and that chance was misused. You know that P2B himself used to tell us that he don't want to join the structure of criminality. Like me, I'm a real person. I don't like saying two things or because of we want to have opportunity. We have been having opportunity. No. I'm trying to be real. This is what P2B used to tell us. He did not send someone to tell us, I don't want to join the structure of criminality. The people are my structure. Now, the reason why P2B want to join the structure of criminality because he want to make his vote count, that also means that the power is not from the people. I want people to get what I'm saying right. Not that I'm against anybody. No, I'm not against anybody, but I want people to get it right. Because anyone
you are making a point. You are making a point.
Yeah.
You are making a point.
Anyone.
You are making a point. But I believe
anyone that helps you to get there controls you. Now, let me shock you so that you know what I'm saying. There are so many things I don't want to bring out online. Few months ago, battalion were sent to Guy Catholic School because there was an intel that terrorists are coming to kidnap. Do you know that because someone who made the call was linked to people who made Baba to be in Aso Rock, they were unable to bring out who made the call? Baba no feel other people made them bring them out. They go come out and from see that day. I know what I'm talking about when I tell you that if people help you to enter seat, they control you, no matter how genuine you are, no matter how powerful you are. As far as the reason why OT is performing is because the people help him, and that woman, he did not give money, stood firm and just helped. If not, if he followed through bribery to get his way out, the people will tell him, remind him how he gets there. Before Tinubu say, if I fight
is not trying
insecurity,
to. He's not. He said that. No.
P2B is not trying to do what? He joined the structure of criminality. He said he will not join.
No, but he said that they must do the right thing. Even if he's joining them, the right thing must be done. P2B is not trying to say that they are going to do the wrong thing to get to power. He said they must do the right thing. If they are not doing the right thing, he will leave the party. He said it. So maybe we are not understanding it here. P2B said they must do the right thing before we be comfortable with whatever they are doing, that they cannot do the same thing, do the wrong thing and expecting a positive result. They have said it openly. I don't know where the mistake is coming.
Where the mistake
for me, let's give it another shot. Let's give it another shot.
No problem. No problem. Just that where the mistake is coming. The day, if you watch,
please support the OK movement. Support the OK movement. Let's give it another shot.
My brother, I'm listening to what you are saying. If you remember the day the ADC met, the first day they met, I made a video. I said the terrorists are meeting again. Do you know what came to my mind that made me to make that video? Because this was me. This was me in the year 2014 when ACN and CPC was someone there with Tinubu them. In one party, they joined with Buhari. You know, in these years, I was in higher institution then. What happened? They started importing terrorists. They were desperate to remove Jonathan. They started importing terrorists. And part of people who imported the terrorists are still in ADC now. And the remaining of them are in ADC. And nobody.
You are making a wonderful analysis. Your points are very fantastic. There's nobody that will counter you on that. But there's something you are still not seeing in life. You know, if the story of Paul in the Bible, you know, he used to crucify the Christians. Paul, before God arrested him and he started working for Christ. And if you watch, Paul made one of the highest impact in the gospel. Paul, if you count among the disciples, Paul has a very great impact. In fact, he interpreted the teachings more than some of the followers of Christ, because most of his interpretation were absolutely spiritually inspired, because he was not there. So most of the time he speaks from the Holy Spirit. So what I'm saying is that for the fact that those people are there, God can still use them. God can still use them. If you watch this Arnold they are talking about today, this Arnold that we are talking about today, you forget that it was Reno Moke that brought him.
I know.
Do you remember?
I know. Of course.
It was Reno that brought Arnold. And he brought Arnold to support the Tinubu government, to speak ill about the situation. But he turned against them. He turned against them. So let's cross our fingers and be positive. Trust God. Man will do his own, and God uses whatever. Moses, you know, Moses was a servant, was one of the Pharaoh sons. Moses that brought out the children of Israel. God has so many ways of seeing his own. Let's just believe and do the right thing, and believe that something will come. I'm not saying people should defend themselves. I'm 100% support of the indigenous people of Biafra. That is my pride. I keep on saying it. I thank God for Nnamdi Kanu. If not, they would have killed us more than they have killing us. So he spoke for us, and I'm 100% in support of him. Just like P2B speaking for us in his own way. So please, let's try this shot. Let's put our hands together. Let us not divide the room. And we go to Nka. I must say, we'll look for another step too. Please.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Okay. I really appreciate your time and your contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless. Thank you very much.
At the end,
It
what
is you that is
everybody
spending the whole
wants.
time. Oh. You guys are doing a wonderful job.
At the end, what everybody wants is a good place. It's a good thing. So it's only people
Yes.
that wants evil,
Yes.
that call evil good, that we are against. All right. Thank you so much for having time to joining us.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
God bless.
Okay. We still have a lot of people waiting. I don't know how I'm going to manage this. I don't know how I'm going to manage this, but anyhow, let me see. Especially people that have not entered before. So even though it's 1 minute, okay, let's just share this 1 minute
Well,
till the end.
boss.
Yeah.
Boss. Did he bring Paul? Did he bring a man who was seeking to follow Christ himself? Did he bring that man as an example to go against to accept someone who is outside of the faith, doesn't seek to be a part of the faith, and they wants to put their foot on your neck as an example to have faith and just to pray on God? That's how your land has been taken over. That's all I needed to know. I understand now. I understand. Everything makes sense. It clicked. I'm glad I watched. That man never read this book because you're not supposed like that's ignorance. That's ignorance. That's accepting evil. Why would you do that? I'm sorry. That's all I wanted to say. He don't let him do that. Call him out next time. That was bad, brother. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Okay. Emma, you can unmute yourself and share with us what you think just for 1-2 minutes, please. We are running out of time.
Well, I greet you, Mazio Coach. I greet you.
Thanks for joining us.
Doing a wonderful, wonderful job.
Thank you. It's actually
not
morning.
just okay. Oh, it's morning on your own area. Okay, this is afternoon on my own area here.
Okay.
So it's a good thing. It's not just giving everybody a platform to come and say something, but the in-depth of your research, your investigative journalism, your research journalism, it really makes sense to me. And I wish this is what all of us, both in Nigeria and everywhere, should be doing. Because there is no point you call yourself an educated person when you hear one story and you just take it on that note. Think about it. Reason. Does a human being act like this? If a human being acts like this, what warrants it? What leads to that? There is a reason for certain things. You don't just come up and tell, prostitute came and killed Tanya Bacha in Asorok, and every Nigerian will take it like that. That's bullshit story. So, thank you very much. But the guy who just spoke before, talking about Paul did this, where everybody should just fold his hands and keep looking. Well, everybody will talk according to their understanding. For now,
it's all right.
I don't believe in Nigeria or in one Nigeria. The ultimate solution is for any person that is reasonable, that reads the handwriting on the wall. If you really love your fellow human being, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or whatever, what you should be thinking about is divide Nigeria so that human beings can live. If not, what we are seeing is a little bit.
It's all right. Okay, Chimaobi, unmute yourself.
Yeah, Mr. Kocha, good morning from here. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Actually, my first time coming to your platform, but I've been following you for years now. And your platform, I've learned a lot. and most of the things you said make me to go for research and begin to see the truth and the light most time. So you see, the problem in Nigeria, if you understand, this is where we are mistaking things, is beyond politics. And because we are politicizing everything, that is why we are still having problem. But the sitting president at the time told somebody that he cannot fight the insecurity in the north. That if he do, they either kill him or move him off the seat. People seem not to understand what that means. There is a movement going on in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, in Africa, more especially the West. There is a movement. And in this movement, going by what you analyze sometimes, that I go into research about the systems they use in operating, in order to achieve their end, they align with whatever that is and whoever that shows interest. Just like what happened in Mali. It was the terrorists and the opposition that teamed together to execute the attack. Now, if just opposition got the opportunity now to take over power, are they not going to work with the terrorists to take over? Because they have assisted you in what you want. Definitely they are going to work. I am not seeing Nigerian problem as what P2B can even near. I mean, with what somebody is narrating here. If bring P2B times 10 and pick there. What happened to Goodluck Jonathan? He also mentioned Goodluck Jonathan here. Goodluck Jonathan was fully ready to combat the insecurity. But what he met was too big for him. And he has no choice than to surrender. If Goodluck made more move than conceding to Buhari, it was, that people pushed him on his own. He has seen it all. And he wishes to just step down. Only him and his God know what he saw. But believe you me, he was not weak. You understand me? The issue in Nigeria now is something that Nigerians, reasonable people, should forget about politicizing the activities or what is happening in Nigeria to sit together and how to solve this problem. And believe you me, the only way to tackle the problem of Nigeria, even though our colonizers are still allowing what is happening because of their interest and what they are getting here, but what is happening in Nigeria doesn't need Nigeria to be together again, because that's the only solution now that is left to combat what is happening. That's the only solution, because that solution will give us opportunity to create boundaries. It is not politics. There is no Messiah,
It's
even
right.
those who, there's no Messiah you bring to govern Nigeria now that will solve this problem. It has gotten so deep into many people, even who those are in seats.
It's all right.
That's just all I have to say. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks for joining us. Mr. Obison. Good morning, thanks for joining us. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, Okocha, how are you, man?
Okay, fine. You are going to be our last guest speaker today, and
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting because this is the first, even though I've been following you and joining you remotely, this is the first time I've gotten access. The other day that you were with this guy, who went to the Capitol for a presentation, I think that might still be the same day Mr. Arnold did his own presentation. I tried to call him because I was on my way to somewhere. Anyway, so I know you were giving everybody 1 minute, and being the first time, I don't think, and of course, incidentally, I'm your last caller. Again, just to stand on the existing protocol of everybody saying thank you for the work you're doing. I have a lot of stuff to download, but time is not in our favor. First off, we deceive ourselves when we think that we have a country. And that is what I say in any of the platforms that I go to. We deceive ourselves if we think that Nigeria, as presently constituted, is a country. Because whatever makes a people to be called a country is not prevalent in our case. And that is by design, because the people that put us together never wanted it so. You know, it's interesting that a people that call themselves a Christian nation will hand over the nation to Muslims. And the fact is there. But if I come down to narrow to the topic of the day, I like what Arnold said, Mr. Arnold. I like what he said, especially the end part of his presentation when he said, if all these things are not done, it will be inevitable. The inevitable is to, cake Nigeria, put it on a table and divide it. And your politicians know that the country is not sustainable, that a day will come when this country will, everybody to your tents, all Nigerians. And so that is why they steal what they steal. That is why Buhari came, he concentrated in the north. Tinubu has come, he's concentrated in the west, because he knows that this country cannot sustain. On the guy that referenced Paul in the Bible, thank God for the other guy that spoke. When it is convenient, everybody calls the Bible. But I have never seen anybody come to any platform and quote Quran, that this is what Quran said. The army has to quote the Bible that's using prodigal son as a reference point to forgiving the terrorists. Okay, if this guy is using Paul, he said Paul, God called him. Is it Paul? Is it God that is calling these people together to come together? And as the last person said, they know what they want, and it doesn't matter who they go through. Their mission is one. It doesn't matter who comes to power. Their mission is one. Okay, even if it's Atiku, their mission is one, because there is no one person that is ruling the country. Tinubu is not in charge. If Tinubu is in charge, the things happening will not happen, because he's not in charge. And that is the same thing that made Awolo go on, deny the agreement he had with Ojukwu in Ghana. That whosoever made that call, whosoever influenced him not to agree to the terms of agreement, that is the same thing that is playing on today. And it doesn't, I pray, I'm rooting for Obi, but above all, I'm rooting for the separation of the country. But if it's inevitable, the reason, many times we Igbos, we missed it because we concentrated only, give us Biafra, give us Biafra. If we are as cunning as other sections of the country are, we could have pinched our tents on one side, on two sides. Pinch our tents on, let's try and make sure that we bring people who are sympathetic to our cause. Because the reason these people are succeeding is because they have people that are sympathetic to their cause. From the presidency down to the last man is sympathetic to their cause. So if in the course of trying to say we want our own nation, knowing that it's not what we can get by firestorm, and we pinch our tent and go into the people, the politicians, and make sure that everybody coming, we have an agreement cause. And when you go there, that is what you're going to promote. If you go there, you pinch your tent towards another cause, after 4 years you come, we are not going to put you back. If we have that understanding and have that agreement, so that anybody coming must, even as Obi is coming, he must be sympathetic to our cause, so that when you go there, you walk towards the cause that your people have put in, because everybody is coming for the cause of their people. Tinubu came, Buhari came for the cause of his people. Tinubu has come for the cause, and don't get me wrong, don't make a mistake. If Tinubu, the agitation for Yoruba nation has come down because Tinubu is in power, Yoruba man is in power. Let another tribe come back tomorrow. Yoruba will restart their agitation for Yoruba nation. So that is how the country is. And therefore, I know that it is only the Igbo man that is so foolish that will come there and want to be one Nigeria. Because even this same one Nigeria, it is the Igbos that did it. It is Zik and Aguiyi Ironsi. Otherwise, the country would have been divided. So it is the only Igbo man that will come tomorrow now and want to. Obi will come there tomorrow now. His ADC will be a Fulani man because he wants to bring everybody together. Yet these people know what they want, and if they don't get it, it doesn't matter how long it will take. I know this is a repeated song where everybody sings every time. Just like Arnold said, what they are waiting is for Trump to go out. Trump has only 2 more years to go. So after 2 years, they come back again. So for how long shall we? And unfortunately, if Trump or if either a Democrat or a liberal Republican comes to power that will not see it the way people are seeing it now, how long shall we continue in that fight? Is it not better? And I believe and I trust and I agree to what this guy, one Chief Ayo Fakbohoda, keeps saying. He said it is better to divide the country. Let us be peaceful neighbors. And that's what I believe. Where is the patriots? Our chief, our father today, who is Chief Emeka Anyoko, that started the patriots, went to Tinubu, to say, this is how the country, let's come together again and see whether we can be together. Tinubu has soft pedal that their movement. I no longer hear about them. When they gathered themselves, all the elders that gathered themselves and said, okay, let's see whether we can start all over. Tinubu did not listen to them. The same way Buhari did not implement the constitutional conference that Jonathan did. But Jonathan was, I don't know he knew the person he was going to hand over to. He would have, on that few months he had, implemented the constitutional conference, and it wouldn't have been turned over again. But anyway, I know you are already closing shop. Let me leave it here, maybe next time. But again, thank you. But let it be known that we, as if anybody believing that we have a country is just lying to himself. And all of us, me inclusive, we are lying to ourselves that we have a country because we don't have one. But anyway, what are we going to do? We just have to keep lying to ourselves until the inevitable comes. Thank you so much. Okay.
And that is why I am opting out of people who are lying to themselves. I just want to say things the way they are, and I just want to be real.
Yeah, we will keep lying to ourselves. When people, there is the deception that is more disastrous is when you are deceiving yourself. Let all of us keep deceiving ourselves until the inevitable happens. What happened in Mali? Do you think if it is in Nigeria, the army will overpower them? I don't think so, because there are too many sympathizers in the army. There are too many. So you won't even be surprised if a real Nigerian army is going after them. Another fake Nigerian soldier will kill the real Nigerian soldier that is going after these other people. So that is how it is. So let's keep deceiving ourselves. Let's keep praying. I told you, it doesn't matter how we pray. All right? It doesn't matter how we pray. God will not hear your prayers. Because he told Jeremiah, if you pray for these people, if you pray for this people, I'm not going to hear you. All right.
It's all right.
Have a good night.
It's all right. Thank you so much, sir. And the viewers, I really appreciate your time staying with me here. Good morning.
Yeah,
Tinubu and his people created a militia. Who said those words?
Tinubu and his people never created the militia.
So why did you say they did on January 22nd, 2023?
I never said that.
A candidate of all progressive conference as Tinubu and his people created a militia. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria where we see a political party creating a militant arm leading to election.
Yesterday you said the man was corrupt, said he was weak, said he messed us up. You shouted loud on every TV screen, said Nigeria deserves a better king.
In trying to remove
Jonathan, your fist, said the mandate was stolen, you couldn't resist. You there were lion bold and loud, now you whisper the opposite before the crowd.
That were from the Sahel region, that were imported into Nigeria, and a former chairman of PDP made that statement.
To the gate of Asorak, suddenly the tune changed on the clock. The same man you said would never change, now you praise him like he's heaven sent. You used to sing the people's song, now you dance where the big men belong. Yesterday you spoke for the land, today you clap for the rulers.
You said it was so corrupt you couldn't eat food for 3 days.
I never said that. Where?
These hungry charlatans know the truth. They know the man they are trying to defend is indefensible. So they lie, they deny, we know them all. Reno, Mokri and others, they twist the story just to cover the shame. Or the insecurity in the land is louder than their speeches. The hunger in the streets is louder than their propaganda. The pain of the people sticks louder than their empty rhetoric. Nigerians can see through the cover-up. They hear beyond the loud threats. You cannot deceive them anymore. Two mouths, talking left, talking right. Yesterday you fought the power, today you joined the fight. Two mouths, we the people understand. Yesterday you said it's go left, today you say we must stand. Now you defend what you once condemned, bending the truth just to please your friend. Every word just to earn a pay, every stitch just to keep your stay. But the